Classmates, during this presentation, I'm going to try to answer this question: does playing violent video games make teenagers violent? Video games are a form of entertainment, an art expression, and for some, even a way to make money. Nowadays, teenagers play video games every day, and most of the games that they play are violent ones. A lot has been said in the media about whether playing these kind of games can make us have aggressive behaviors, but we have to take things into consideration, like the environment that these kids grow up in, and the lack of evidence that this claim has. First, well, there's not enough concluding evidence. There's a study made by the Royal Society of Open Science, backed up by Oxford researchers, where they didn't find that there was a correlation between playing these games and having an aggressive behavior. This was one of the most thorough research, because they did not only ask the kids, they researched their parents, they researched the kids, they researched their environment, the way they behave with other kids. So there are a lot of other researchers that only ask questions to the kids themselves. So it's not very reliable. Another argument is fantasy versus reality. So video games allow players to explore fictional worlds and play in imaginary situations. Now, when we are kids, at the age of 7, we start developing this distinction between fantasy and reality. These kids start learning that the violent actions that are portrayed in media, like in TV, in video games, and in series, must not be replicated into real life, because they will affect their own personal lives. And this, having contact with these fictional worlds can help us develop critical thinking and narrative that we may use when we are older. And lastly, other factors such as domestic violence, poverty, and a lack of education play a much bigger role into a person being violent when they are older. For example, if you witness violence in your household when you are growing up, that can greatly increase the probability of you having violent outbursts when you're older. As a conclusion, I don't think that these video games can make you a violent person, but there are some things that we have to take into consideration. For example, if you are already a violent person and you engage in, for example, in online games, being a very competitive person can make you have these angry displays. And also, there's a thing called trash talking, where if you win against another opponent, well, you start insulting him. So there are things that can make you become violent if you are already violent, but I don't think that video games can cause it. That's all. Thank you.